It's time for Sports Xtra Extra.
Aaron, from day one of spring, you said you're hell-bent in believing that this team can go to the World Series this year. So with this roster and with what's ahead, what gives you that belief?
Well, first of all, the roster. Look, we're in February, so I'm very mindful that that's a long ways away, and we got a lot to do between now and then to have that opportunity. But that is certainly our goal. That's what we're working towards. That's what the message is. And you know what? Look, I really feel good about the off season and the winners that really across the board that our guys have had, but especially some of the guys that, you know, those handful of guys that really needed to have a strong off season and to put themselves in position to be successful, whether they're coming off injuries, down performances, whatever it may be. I feel like a lot of guys check the right boxes and have laid that initial foundation. Now it's about building on that day after day, and that's what spring training is the start of.
I want to get into some of those guys, but I want to ask you, when that last season ended, and it was different for you not going to the postseason, what was it like for you? How did you either put things behind you, shift gears? What was that like when it just came to an end?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I think I was down here. We were meeting a week or so after the season, just trying to dive in and you know, find areas where we can challenge ourselves and be a little better at. So, you know, a lot of soul searching, a lot of things that we, you know, attacked organizationally and challenged each other organizationally. But, you know, really it was just start to focus on the next year. And unfortunately we had, you know, an extra month to do that this off season. But it's part of sports. There's no crying about it. It's how do we get better from it and learn from it. And I feel like we're in a strong position as we get ready to start all the players' camp.
What does change? Like, what behind the scenes you work on that changes so much that can make that difference?
I don't know. I mean, you're challenging in every way. You know, it's like how can we do a better job of keeping guys healthy? How do we evolve, you know, winter training programs? How do we evolve how we communicate within the organization from department to department, player development to the big leagues? All those things that I feel like we have a really good process in place, but always one that you need to continue to seek to get better at and improve. And it's a very competitive industry, obviously, and you got to constantly keep trying to move ourselves forward.
One of the great things that continues from last season, Garrett Cole, you know, winning the Cy Young, and he had his bullpen today. So what did you see in his bullpen so far?
You know, he's just obviously amazing at his craft, and just such a good pro. Like he's disciplined to his craft, 365 days a year. Like nothing's unintentional with what he does, from rest, recovery, how he trains, how he prepares. Like a lot of great players that are great for a long time, they have the ability to make adjustments as the league is constantly trying to make adjustments to you. You know, I feel like he continues to work at not only his craft, but also just being a better teammate, better in different areas of the way he communicates. He's just a real pro, and one we're very fortunate to get to see go do his thing every 5 days.
You mentioned some of the guys off-season, winters, and their workouts and all that. And there's been a lot of talk about what Nestor Cortez as well as Carlos Rodon did. So what are some things you heard from them that impresses you, that knows you can get some good pitching back from them again? Yeah,
so start with Nestor. You know, obviously had some shoulder issues that cost him, you know, a lot of time last year. And so I think he's one of those guys I talk about having the right kind of off-season, the right kind of winter. Just with how he trained, how he communicated with staff, trainers, strength and conditioning, how vigilant he was at everything. And as a result, he's laid that initial foundation that I keep talking about. Like, he's set himself up now to be successful. He's put himself in a good spot. And similar with Carlos, he's in a different place now than he was this time last year, where I feel like he was playing catch up a little bit, and then obviously had a couple of injuries, not necessarily major ones, but back to back. So it kind of kept slowing him down. Then he's playing catch up all year and just was never able to get in a rhythm, never able to really get in a good delivery space. But I think it's started by where he came in at compared to where he is this year. It's a different guy, and it's it's a credit to him, I think, really following a strict program and being really communicative with us as far as his routine and what he was doing, and we were able to give him some resources to make sure he's in a good spot.
And I thought one of the neat things I saw today was Marcus Stroman watched Garrett Cole from when he was warming up through his whole bullpen. So you've added him to the rotation now. He signs. What does he add, and what's something about that? What's that say about him? Or
yeah, Marcus, first of all, he's been a really consistent performer year after year. He's going on a decade of being a top flight pitcher, and he's still very much that pitcher. He's a perfectionist too. He is very in tune with his body, works incredibly hard, taking care of himself. He brings a different component to us, being a sinker ball pitcher, a ground ball pitcher, and I think he so far has really thrived in our environment. I think one of the things is clear, and when I went to his house to speak with him before we signed him, and now getting to be around him here this first week or two, you get the sense that he's where he wants to be, and hopefully that not only serves him well, but serves us and the Yankees well.
So I buried the lead a little bit. Juan Soto.
Yeah.
So what does he do for the New York Yankees lineup?
I mean, he's an amazing hitter, an amazing player, and not a day hasn't gone by since we've added him that I just don't get a little bit excited thinking about him and Aaron Judge hitting back to back in a lineup. I mean, two of probably the two best hitters in the game, are hitting back to back, left and right, left. Hopefully it's something that will be a lot of fun for all of us to just kind of get out of their way and watch them do their thing.
So between those two guys, and then of course DJ and Giancarlo and Alex Verdugo, how do you see this lineup shaping up right now?
Yeah, we'll see. I see Aaron and Soto 2-3 in some way, shape, or form, and then it's about solving the leadoff spot. I'm really excited where DJ LeMahieu is physically. He looks outstanding. He's got his legs. He's explosive again. Really excited to see what he does. He could certainly be that leadoff hitter. Alex Verdugo has done it, and I know could thrive in that spot. Glaber's been in there at different times. I feel like Glaber's the guy we miss out on talking about a lot, and he's going to be right in the middle of our lineup. I expect a big year as he's, going into a walk year as well. And then Big G. Big G's the last one for me to see. I've had conversations with him all winter.
So you haven't seen the new physique?
Feel like he's in a good spot and have done everything, but he's the one guy I still haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
Has Aaron Judge talked to you much about wanting to hit third? Because obviously there were certain situations when he was going after 61, and does he talk about that a lot the last two seasons? So
he's been talking to me about that since I got here for 6 years. He'll always sneak in. What about third? He always wants to hit. He always wants to hit third. Now it's not like he's always good with wherever I put him, and he actually has hit a little bit of third with us over the years. But probably 80% been in that 2-hole. But there's a good chance he'll be hitting third this year. But it's something that he kind of buzzes me on every now and then. Kind of definitely serious, but also What about 3? You know, and it's
kind of an imposing figure to come in like,
yeah.
buddy, what about 3?
Yeah, well, I like the 3-hole, so he might get his wish this year.
What excites you about what Anthony Volpe could do in his second season?
A lot. You know, a really strong rookie season, obviously winning the Gold Glove, the power and the speed, you know, obviously some inconsistencies at the plate, but this is a really talented player and a dedicated worker and a dedicated to his craft. You know, he reminds me a lot of Aaron Judge in that he loves the game, and not just the cool, sexy parts of the game of, you know, playing in the bright lights between, like, all the stuff that if you're going to be really great at this, you gotta enjoy, and he enjoys the hard work behind the scenes. I think he's made some really strong adjustments that should serve him well at the plate, and looking forward to seeing that play out.
Kind of reminded me of that with Judge, because they're on the mural together with the Tarpons right behind us.
There we go.
Yeah, with Volpe and Judge,
Yeah.
the youngins, when they were youngins. Do you miss Carlos Mendoza?
Yeah. You know, Carlos and I are such good friends and have become so close over the years. So it was kind of exciting to watch him kind of go through really about a month process where he was interviewing with different teams, strong candidates with several teams, and then the Mets came in at the end. So I'm really excited for him. Was selfishly a part of me a little bit like, man, we're, you know, losing such a valuable member of our organization and a member of our staff, and just really my right-hand man here these last several years. So certainly going to miss him. Think we've brought in a great replacement in Brad Ausmus and the different things that he's going to bring to the table for us. So I'm excited about that, but it's also excited for Mendy and his opportunity that's richly deserved.
Well, once again, Aaron, thank you so much for
You
your
bet.
time. Great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
And good luck this
Thank
season.
you.
I saw on the Yankees social media, they were asking players as they were walking in the other morning about what they know a lot about of outside of baseball. And you said Taylor Swift.
Taylor
So
Swift.
please expand.
Yeah, I'm a Swiftie.
Okay. Now, this is before the craze.
Yes.
Okay.
So actually, we had a dog actually that has passed away. She probably would be about 10 now, and she's a French Mastiff. Taylor Swift was her name. Full name Taylor Swift. So we've been on Taylor for quite some time now. You know, my daughter's 14. Concert. You know, we listen to Taylor Swift to and from school every day. I think what she does, I mean, the amount of songs she's able to turn out that are just hits all the time is remarkable. And, you know, I know there's the big uproar and the craze and what side of the fence do you fall on with the NFL and seeing her, and I thought it was great.
And you're an Eagles fan, so there's a Kelsey relation there, so that's
Yes.
cool. Which concert did you guys go to?
So I did not go to the last concert. I'm so mad.
You didn't go to Eras Tour?
No, but my daughter and wife went to 2 of them, one in Arizona, one at the in Jersey.
And favorite song?
Ooh, gosh, there's so many, and I love so many of our new ones. But I'll go with "We Are Never, Ever Getting Back Together Again."
There you have it. Aaron, thank you.
And we are never, ever,
Love
ever
it.
getting back
Mine's
together.
August and Archer.